Hey, creative friends. Hey, this is Rebecca here, and today I am trying out something called shaperstudio. It's some pretty cool software by a company called Shaper Tools. They are the ones that make that Shaper Origin handheld CNC router machine that looks really, really cool. I do not own one of those, but I'm testing out their software. I'm sliding in on the tail end of an April contest to use their software to design something. And the cool part I like about this software is it designs SVG files for you that even though I don't have a Shaper Origin, I do have laser cutters, I have paper and vinyl cutters, and so I can use those SVG files on those devices. So their software will run on many different platforms, but I think the part that I like the best is that it will run on my Android phone. So I have an older version of an Android Galaxy Note phone that comes with a cool stylus, and it's so handy. And this software will actually run on the Android platform. And so I have gone in and created a few files just to practice, and you end up using some simple shapes to get to some pretty complex designs. This one is not too complex, but it is kind of cool to be able to see what you can do. So I started off with just the regular hexagon and added some circles, and then that's how I was able to change the shape into these different pieces. And I'll kind of show you what I mean here in just a second. But that file I have saved, and I'm going to go cut that out in acrylic on my laser cutter. But let me go through and show you just a little bit that I've learned about this software. It allows you to create different files, and so let me go in and show you. This is all a web-based program, and it allows you to store your files, and then you can go through and see the ones that you've worked on. So I have a couple of different practice files here that I've done, and what's cool about this, let me open this one, is you can just use some simple shapes and then combine them and merge them and things like that to come up with different shapes. And so they also have a lot of like clip art that you can install into your project, and you can work with text. And then the beauty of this, it's designed to work with their tool, the Shaper Origin, and then that would allow you to to use a router to cut out these designs or in different materials. So I'm going to go into New Design, and it tells me down here that it's created a new design. And here is my workspace. And you can add the images. Let me just show you. You have the ability to go in and search for images that they have as a part of the software. So for instance, if we just type in balloon, I just want to show you, I was really surprised at how many clip arts and designs that they had. It's pretty incredible. And a lot of these are designed to cut the grooves in wood, but many of them would work just for like a cutting file as well. So some really cool features, and it's just a tremendous amount. All right, so you can add these designs or start with that particular shape, but I am going to just go back to our file. And so instead of starting with one of their clip arts, I'm going to add some shapes. And I just want to show you kind of the basics of how this works. So you can take a shape, and then you can go in and make that whatever size you want. You can copy that shape and move it around, and it has these grid lines that you can turn on or off to snap it into place for you. And so you can come in and create that, and then for instance go in and add a multi-sided shape, which defaults to 5, but I'm going to go in, and this was where you can change the number of sides, and so I'm going to change that. This is just my phone. My phone is hard to get to use a keyboard whenever I've got the stylus out. All right, I'm going to change that to a six-sided shape. And then I could come in and bring this up and, you know, really kind of position it wherever I want it. Make it whatever size I want. And then once you've got these shapes in here, you can select them all. And I discovered on the phone the way to do that is you click and hold it for just a brief moment and then drag. And you can drag across those shapes. And you can drag just on the ones that you want to select, or you can drag over all of them, and of course it selects all of them. And so once all of those are selected, this icon down in the bottom left is called their shape shifter. And so I had all those shapes selected. I came in here and I'm going to tell it to select all of them to be able to combine or subtract, union, that kind of thing. Some of those you know, lots of different software will do that for you. It's not quite as intuitive as this is. This is super simple. So you just go in and you kind of click on the parts that you either want or don't want, and you'll notice you can go in and experiment with it. And some of these smaller pieces you can go in and make it larger, so that it makes it easier to get rid of that little piece. All right, and so now with this, I have the shape the way I want it. You can make this shape. You can also tell it to keep the existing shape. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on so that it keeps everything for me. I'm going to say make shape. And so here I've got my interesting shape that I wanted, but I also have the original. So I could go back in to the original and select what I want, go back to the shape shifter, select all, and now this time I want that top portion. So I'm going to take off everything except the top portion. All right, and I'm not going to worry about keeping all the rest of them this time, so I'm just going to click on make shape. All right, and then that just shows you just how simple and easy you can get some pretty complex designs just from you know, simple shapes. And it's so intuitive and it's fast, and since it works on my phone, I could do this anywhere. You've got 5 minutes to spare. Just get in and create a quick design, and then it saves that file because you're online, and then you can download it to your phone or your computer, or and then use that file for my laser cutter. So I'm going to go back to the original file that I had and cut that out, and that'll be my project for the contest.